let me finish up setting up the stream, and then I'm gonna warm up with some lovely poker in order to raise some money for Canuck Place Children's Hospice. Let me throw down the tweet. Throw down the mantle for people to join the stream to learn a little bit about Canuck Place. Let me tell my
This is how it works. We all have
friends
the
in
same location.
Skype as
60
well.
minutes.
Friends in Skype. Going live to warm up for my charity stream in half an hour. Twitch.tv/Queen of Diamonds. All right, let's get this party started. So we're buying into 4NL on Run It Once. And occasionally, when I'm not in a hand, oops, way too loud. Let's tell everybody hi. When I'm not in a hand, I will tell you all kinds of cool facts about the Children's Hospice for which I am raising money in the link below my stream. That guy says hi. Friendliness, it's good. There's only 4 folks in the player pool, so it's kind of small right now, but I think it'll speed up. 9-6 offsuit versus ace-4 offsuit. Ace-4 offsuit. So this guy's opening fairly wide, which I guess is okay heads up, so I won't really color him fishy yet. All I do is count that paper. No, he's got the ace-4 offsuit, she's got ace-6 offsuit. Ace-6 offsuit. So she checks to me, we'll bet the C-bet. It's not good. But I'm not going to bluff it because I have a bluff catcher. And I take it. Luck. Ace 5. Sure, it's a call from a small blind. Now we're out of position. We'll just check. I don't want to bluff 2 people. My ace high. Who loves 2s? Is he going to pretend he loves 2s? Is Claire going to pretend she loves 2s? She is. Let her have it. We got noise. So she RFI'd to 16 with that ace-6 offsuit, which is kind of interesting. Still have that top pair. 6, 7, 8, 9. Straight did not complete. We have top pair, so I'm gonna hit it and hope he doesn't have the straight. Oh, nope. Nice hand. He had the straight. Alright. We've got 9, 10. We're going to call in this case because it's just a small blind. 9, 10, Jack, Queen, King. That's not bad. Let's do the usual C-bet though. See if we can squeeze out any more. Hopefully she has a king. Just in time for my supervillain music to come on. What will she give? That's a bit big. And hope. She calls almost instantly. Woot! That was pretty good. Get this one out though. Okay, so if there's anybody watching, Canuck Place Children's Hospice, I'm wearing their awesome Team Canuck shirt that I got during the Twitch meetup here in Vancouver. They're pretty awesome. They have a hospice in Vancouver. 1A offsuit is in my range. Not coming up over though. Anyway, they say together we are growing and driving progress in pediatric palliative care. Now, for any of you who don't know what palliative care is, it's like when, since it's a children's hospice, these are all children who have a life-limiting illness. They're not going to grow up and live long, happy lives. They're not going to get well. So palliative care is care that helps keep them comfortable and give them the best quality of life in their end of days, instead of, you know, care that's meant to treat somebody and make them better. So palliative care might consist of like pain management if they're in pain. It might even consist of chemotherapy if they want to keep tumor sizes small, to alleviate, you know, bone pain and things like that. But it's not curative. But they do support the families a whole heck of a lot. They provide counseling, they provide respite care. Let's see, no, we're not going to play this one. Respite care is like babysitting, but upgraded for a kid with special needs. So since these kids have special medical needs, when their parents need a break from care, they can't really just hire an ordinary babysitter from the block, you know. They gotta have fully staffed medical care, and that's just one of the many services Canuck Place provides for families. You can take a look at the link below my stream to learn more about Canuck Place as well, and I'll be sharing facts, drop-in knowledge throughout the stream. Yeah, 9's on the button again. We'll do our huge C-bet. She could definitely have the ace though, so we'll get ready to let it go. Bah. Bah. She has the ace. Hang 6. Which we will call, since it's just versus small blind here. Not an awesome flop though. We'll let it go. Let it go, let it go. Jack 7 versus button open. We would call. Sometimes I have to reference my chart because I'm still new at these things. We're not going to come up over it, though. Forget it. Maybe if it was a Jack 9 or better. And it's a flop that could get me in a whole heck of a lot of trouble. He's going to rep that third king. Claire believes him. Maybe. Boy, lots of pairs so far. Sure, we'll do a little set mining. No set for us. Oh no, she disappeared. Weeby heads up. That's no good. Well, okay. Let's do the heads up thing. Min raise. C-bets. Because we could definitely have one of those cards. He likes it though. Nope, still bottom pair. I kind of believe him. Yay, we get to check into it. Not bad, but we're not going to donk the flop. We'll check raise though. Probably should have bet that jack. Still got top pair, but we're out of position. Gonna call with top pair and hope he doesn't have that straight. Oh, he's dead. Pretty good hand there as well. He had two pair. Nice hand. You got me good. Good game. Oh no, he's leaving. No, don't run off. Oh good, he's not leaving. He just thinks it's a nice game. Because I might be worse than him. Very possible. Got all them hearts. Sure. Got top pair. Got a heart. 4, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Didn't have that straight come out for us. Nor did we have the flush. Guess I could have called with top pair, but it's quite possible he had much better with a flush or a straight. Sure, this one's a caller because we're heads up. Let's start with the rest of the music. Intro music is about through. Uh-oh, I hope my internet isn't dying. That's what I think whenever somebody's tanking when they shouldn't be. I'm like, uh-oh, my internet might be going out. Please don't let my internet be dead. Let me check this. No internet. Oh, good. No, it looks like internet might still be alive. Internet, please don't go down on me. I have fundraising to attempt to do. Okay, good. I was like, whoa. While we're waiting, oh, he disconnected, poor dude. While we're waiting, together we are growing and deriving progress in pediatric palliative care. Yeah, we'll let it go. So, is he back? Yeah, it looks like. Cool. Min raise. Could have the queen for the 10. Hand's unlikely to improve at this point. Not gonna call that. King high. Ace 10's not bad. Hope we got this. Ace is up. We're not gonna donk though. We'll check raise though. So he's got an ace 2, I see. Let's bet higher then. OMG, he says. Okay, raise the queen form and raise. Do the c-bets. This guy's pretty sticky though. He calls every c-bet. Middle pair. Middle bottom. I'll let it go. Could also have that flush. Let's say hi to the new guy. Hi, new guy, Zach. Hi, Zach. Zach, welcome, Zach. Folding this, Zach. Okay. Kang 6. Nah. Well, yeah, not with the button open. Hopefully we get more people. There's more time in between hands. We'll say, nah. They'll play this one. Okay, so here's some more facts I can drop about Canuck Place Children's Hospice. It's BC and Yukon's provider of pediatric palliative care. They say, we are here when families need us the most, thanks to the community of donors who provide the funds needed to operate and reach children and families in every corner of the province of beautiful British Columbia, where I currently am. Caring for a child with life-threatening illness is complex. Canuck Place inpatient care is delivered through 2 hospice locations in Vancouver and Abbotsford. And for those of you who are not local, Abbotsford is maybe like 90-minute drive away at most from where I am right now. So it's pretty close by. Boy, we all get to check into this one. Family pot. Was hoping for more hearts though. Don't want to bluff 2 people. Zach will bet. I'll let him have it. Have it, Zach. So yeah, Canuck Place Children's Hospice is an amazing program. It's necessary, sadly. I mean, it would be wonderful to live in a world where little kids never got horrible end-of-life diseases. But we do, so we got this program, and donations are their #1 source of revenue. If they don't get enough donations to operate, they can't operate. So that's what it is, what it be. So if you're interested in learning more, look at the link below my stream there. Let's say hi to this guy. Hi. And you'll get to see a link to my direct donation page with them. Hey, fancy flop day flush. And you'll get to learn more about their programs. Yeah, hopefully you don't have that ace o' hearts. YOLO, he says. YOLOing it up. YOLO, Leo. YOLO it up. He's into it. What heart does he have? Oh, we didn't get to see. Hooray! YOLO'd it on over to me, which is nice. We'll come up over him with this one. Nice hand. Thank you. That's why I played it. It's cool. Great, we get to 3-bet it. Come up over everyone. Come on, Zach. Let's do this. Zach must have something in that top of his range as well. See if we're gonna do this. He's gonna come at me. We're gonna go for this splashed pot. Oh, maybe not. It just comes to me. Lucky me. Hang 9. With a limper. Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna play it with the button open. But I will tell you some more facts. Here we go. So, outpatient care is provided 24/7 in hospital and in home through an expanding enhanced community care program, all thanks to our donors. So this hospice care is not necessarily provided in a special hospice environment, although it is provided there for inpatient care. If a family wants their child at home with them in their child's last days, then they will provide service at home, which is pretty cool. I remember my dad had hospice care in home, and it was really valuable for him, you know, to be home in his familiar environment for the end of it. Yeah, we'll let go of this hand. I didn't really want to fight super hard for this one. Not a whole lot of chances to improve. Nope to that. So anyway, more about Canuck Place. This growth increases our capacity to deliver Canuck Place care. We offer families vital medical respite from day-to-day care of their child and expert pain and symptom management to ease suffering. Canuck Place donors stand with us, hand in hand, allowing us to reach more vulnerable children and families. So your donation, should you choose to support such an amazing organization as Canuck Place, is helping people directly, helping families even years after the passing of their child. Canuck Place will support families with counseling and other family programs. Because, you know, a lot of these kids have pretty big families. They have brothers and sisters who just watched a sibling die slowly. And so their siblings need a lot of therapy. And that's going to change. I'm a cancer survivor myself. I got cancer when my kids were ages 3 and 5. And I've noticed as they grow older, even though I'm now 3 years out from cancer treatment, they're still sort of processing that experience at a different level each year as they grow in their understanding of what cancer means, what it meant to their mom going through chemo, surgery, radiation, all that. They're processing it at a different level. They're realizing things differently as they age. So it's almost like they're experiencing that trauma over again sometimes. And so I really love that Canuck Place provides all kinds of counseling to the siblings of the children that pass for years in the future, because I know those siblings are going to understand things differently. Jack 5, suited in the big blind is what he was playing with there. Let's let go of this because I don't like the deuce. Anyway, because yeah, a kid who has a brother or sister die when they're age 3 is going to understand that differently at age 5 than like age 10. Well, let's see. This is kind of weird. I guess I'm going to raise this limper here. Why does he keep limping? Whoops. Check. We've got people in position on me. And no diamonds. Let it go. Okie dokie, guys. Yay, splashed pop. Can't play with it though with the 7-3. So here's a quote from a Canuck Place mom, so a mother of a child that was served by Canuck Place while her child was unfortunately dying of illness. She says, I don't think I have to tell you that there's nothing that rocks you to the core like the loss of a child. In those darkest hours when no one knows what to do or what to say, when all hope seems lost, there are few bright lights that shine as much as Canuck Place through the darkness. So that's a pretty sweet quote. Why didn't I raise? I thought I was raising. Alright, we be in the sand. We be in it. We'll go, guys. All of us can play. Yay! It's a big old family pot. King, queen, 10, 9. So we're drawing to a straight here. And we do have 2 overcards. So I probably shouldn't have donked though, because we do have 1 person behind me. I'm so bad at that. I need to write that down as a player note. Check this time. Do 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 do. Nah, it didn't come through, eh? Too many notes. Don't donk draws. There we go. Hopefully I will break that bad habit. Alright, while these guys are in this hand, I'll look for my next little bit of knowledge I'm going to drop on you about Canuck Place Children's Hospice. Looks like they've got a little number here. 1,513 counseling sessions for Canuck Place children and families. And that's just in 1 year. This is the annual report that I'm holding for 2018-2019 fiscal year. And so, yeah, over 1.5K counseling sessions were given just to Canuck Place children and families. And there's an awesome picture here, I'm not sure if you can see it, of one of the families that was served by Canuck Place. Oh, they've got my filter on them now. They're wearing flower crowns. And the story of this family is one that I will read next time I'm out of a hand. It's a really interesting story about the Domingo family. Finding Hope. Canuck Place supports the Domingo family. We had queen, 10, suited, small blind. Got ace, king. Phew, he says. Okay, we'll come up over them with this. Everybody's into it, though. Well, hopefully this draw hits. Zach's gonna think about it. He doesn't want any part of that. Well, let's check. So we are out of position. I thought maybe continue the aggression, but we got 2 folk. Check, it's another 2, guys. You can take it. Wasn't really gonna improve for me here. Boo. Boo, ace, king. Alright, queen 4 is also a no. Let's see if Chase and Leo are going to duke it out. They are. Okay, so here's the Domingo family story from Canuck Place. The Domingo family, pictured here. The day after his high school graduation, Christian Domingo was diagnosed with cancer. Oh, you'll hear more later. Oh, I get to hold this one. His dreams of attending university on a football scholarship and studying to be a veterinarian were immediately put on hold. The following months were filled with uncertainty for the Domingo family. Christian was introduced to Canuck Place, where he received pain and symptom management and end-of-life care, as well as counseling support from the Canuck Place clinical team. I don't know what it would be like without the Canuck Place community, said Teresa, Christian's mother. I don't think we would be as strong as we are. Christian passed away at the age of 20, surrounded by love, but Canuck Place care still continues for the Domingos, who receive ongoing support with bereavement counseling. Canuck Place holds a special place in my heart, not only for what they did for Christian, said Lucas, Christian's older brother, but also for what they continue to do for me and my family as we grieve. Canuck Place donors make counseling accessible for families at no cost to them. This provides vital support to help families journey through their grief, equip them with tools to manage their mental health, and foster healing after devastating loss. So that's really cool, because, you know, counseling can be hard to access. Let's say hi to Vance here. Hi, Vance. Hi, Vance. You're a new friend. You get a yellow shirt. Please accept this yellow shirt for being new at our table. Leo says hi. Leo's feeling friendly. Hey, another guy. Hi. I started this game and now look at everybody joining. It's fun times. So yeah, if you're moved by any of these stories about Canuck Place and the families it serves, please use the link below my stream, or here, I'll throw it down in chat as well. You can go straight to their website and donate to my campaign for them so that we can raise money. My goal is, and it's kind of a big goal because I've never raised money for them before, $1,000 raised for Canuck Place is my goal. So fingers crossed I help them out with this goal. When I spoke with their community manager, Gemma Boothroyd, she was super excited about even $1,000, which, you know, it costs millions of dollars to run this place. Ace 2 offsuit versus Ace 4 suited. We fold that one. Okay, here's some more numbers about the program. So they expanded care. Apparently the Abbotsford location didn't exist until recently. They just had a location in Vancouver, which is kind of downtownish. If you're familiar with the Vancouver area, there's like the West End, and then you cross a bridge, and then there's a whole downtown core there, and that's where Canuck Place is located. So they expanded care. They've added 2,554 patient bed days for children in Canuck Place. They provided 2,299 consults in-home, in hospital, and throughout the 24-hour care line. So, you know, they get to consult for what's going to go on. Let's see, 1010 BB. Garbage hand here. They provided 1,179 overnight stays in family suites. So families can spend the night with their children even when they're in super intensive hospice palliative care. And they served, just last year, 765 children and families in the program. It's sad that there were 765 children in Vancouver area and Yukon and BC that were dying of these terrible diseases last year, but it's wonderful that this place existed to sort of catch their families and hold them during this huge transition time. I can't even imagine what it would be like. I mean, I'm a parent myself. That's one reason why I'm raising funds for this program is, you know, my kids and I really developed a heart for families going through this, because even though I survived, it was really traumatic when I was going through cancer treatment. It's traumatic for my kids to have a mother that was so sick, and traumatic for the whole family to suddenly have to drop everything and support this sick person, which, you know, is obviously happening for these families. I'm sure, you know, some mothers and fathers have to leave work for a while in order to spend the last days with their child. So it's great that these things are provided at no cost to families. This also sucks, so we're going to fold it. Foldy, foldy. The guys at my Tuesday night poker game laugh at me when I say foldy. So anyway, I spoke with Gemma Boothroyd, who was super pumped to have a streamer try to raise funds. This group was actually at the Twitch Vancouver meetup, and she wanted me to also share her contact information, so you can contact her. There's a toll-free number, which is 1-877, I'll read this twice, 822-2288. That's toll-free, 1-877-882-2288. And if you're interested in doing any kind of fundraiser for Canuck Place Children's Hospice, contact Miss Boothroyd. She will gladly support you and partner with you to try and get some buzz going and encourage you with more information about Canuck Place so that you can share more about them. She encouraged me to share. I said, what information would you want to share with people who had never heard about Canuck Place before? And she said that it was most important to share just the numbers, that 765 children served just last year. She says the needs are growing with over 175 different diseases and conditions and an increase of 19% inpatient and 33% outpatient care. So reminder, inpatient care is like on-site in their hospice building that's surrounded by beautiful gardens and full of toys and games and great staff. Outpatient care is if the families would rather receive hospice services at home so that their child can spend their last days in their home. And so both arms of care are really important because some kids can't be cared for at home because their medical needs are just too great. But a lot of kids can spend their last days at home only if they have a whole lot of medical support. And that's where Canuck Place Children's Hospice comes in. Queen 3 suited in the big blind. That's what he was playing with. We're not going to play this. I've been kind of card dead for a while, but that's okay. I got to share and drop some knowledge about Canuck Place, which is awesome. So welcome if you're just joining us. My caveat is please don't try to learn from me. I'm a beginner at poker, hence me playing the micro stakes here. But I'm passionate about Canuck Place Children's Hospice and all they do for families facing the trauma of a child who's dying of a serious illness. So here we are, trying to raise $1,000 for them at least. Would be really awesome. And if you go to the donation link, which is available in chat or below my stream, you'll be able to see the goal and how we're moving towards it. We're gonna go ahead and bet these sevens and hope we mine up a set. No set. We have middle pair. Womp. Goodbye. Womp womp. Womp 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 womp. Fold this raggedy ace. Anywho. If you follow that link, you'll have an opportunity to securely donate and also to just learn directly from the website instead of hearing me babble about it if you don't want to listen, which is cool. It's fine. I understand. I can hear my neighbor kids. They were gone for like a month to Montreal, but they're back, which is good. I kind of miss those noises of family. King 9 suited versus King 4 suited. Okay, King 4 suited. Alright. Now we have Queen 4 suited, which depends on who's in. Let's see if this Aiden guy is in or not. Nope, he's not. What if it's button open? We'll play it. Oh, but not that guy. Nope, nope. Too early position. Now we got 2 folks sitting out. See how many players are in the pool right now. 8. 8 entries in the pool. Oh, Carolyn! Hi, Carolyn. There's a new player. Let's give her a yellow shirt. Please enjoy this yellow shirt. I am rocking a Team Canuck Place t-shirt. Rock on, Canuck Place. And this is actually a child-sized shirt, but since I had breast cancer and don't have breasts anymore, I can wear children's shirts. I actually share some shirts with my daughter, who's 8. No set. We did not line up a set this time. Chase is gonna bet and we're gonna fold. Chase, what up? Nope, I guess he didn't hit that flop. Well, we can bet because we do have a made hands, however lame. Yay! Alright. 10. I guess we could play this if nobody else is ahead of me. Ah, no. He's keeping me out of trouble. That's good. I'll drink some of my kombucha. Alright, let's see what other knowledge I can share with you about Canuck Place Children's Hospice. So this is a message from the clinical program leaders, because they also have clinicians, doctors and nurses, of course, on site, and also those that consult with families. You know, if they're having an emergency in the middle of the night and they need help for their kid, they can call them. Children with life-threatening illnesses and their families are facing a difficult journey. At Canuck Place, our goal is to provide the best care for the sickest children and families in unimaginable circumstances. They have a rising complexity of care. In the last 5 years alone, they have seen a 26% increase of kids and families in the program. So there's a rising need. This might be because more people are knowledgeable about the program. They're getting more referrals. And also, you know, medical science is advancing each year. Some of these conditions are being diagnosed earlier and earlier. Doesn't necessarily mean they can do anything about it yet. Our clinical team has a significant focus on research as well. Canuck Place published studies have a direct impact on care, improving quality of life of our patients and the services provided in BC and Yukon nationally and by our global peers. How these children and families live is so important. Thank you to all our donors. Your gift changes lives. So yeah, please donate in the link below the stream or over in the chat. Sure, this is something we could play from here. We're not coming up over it though. Well, we've got 10s. That's cool. And we've kind of... I'm gonna check because I'm super mega out of position. But they didn't bet. Yet. Let's see. Might be worth a call. Yeah, it's a small call. Let's see if Zach's gonna match it or not. Sure, we'll call. Now the diamond flush completed. I'm not into it. He could easily have a flush or a queen. And that small blind range. Okay, we're full to the bet. And whenever I'm out of a hand, I will next teach a little bit about the 4 major services that Canuck Place Children's Hospital provides. Ta-da! We'll learn it. We'll drop some knowledge here, up in here. Okay. So first thing that they do, medical respite care. Children with life-threatening illnesses and their families need a break from 24-hour care. Canuck Place Medical Respite Care provides rest and renewal for the whole family with a safe, loving environment from 2 provincial locations in Vancouver and Abbotsford. Canuck Place children receive the complex medical attention they need from nurses and physicians on the clinical floor with their families close by in a comfortable family suite. Counseling, updated care plans, education, art, music, and recreation therapy is also provided with each stay. So these kids' lives are enriched. They try and keep them as normal as possible by providing their families suites that they can stay in, and there's lots of education and toys and things like that. And of course there's volunteers. Volunteers come and play with the children. So if you are local, consider volunteering. Let's see, 7-6 offsuit in the small blind. Okay, what aves? Excuse me. Okay, next thing that they provide, Canuck Place Children's Hospice. Obviously, end-of-life care. Canuck Place is here with compassion when a child requires end-of-life care with a loving environment in hospice or within the comforts of a child's home when possible. This experience is supported with the utmost sensitivity, including clinical, emotional, as well as spiritual care and guidance. Canuck Place families have the full support of the Canuck Place clinical team during this heart-wrenching experience. This care is complemented with access to Canuck Place counseling before and after a child has passed as their journey continues. And we do have our first donation in. So I just want to give a shout out to Twitch user Bot Lady for giving $11 to the campaign. That's really cool. And all these donations are what helps keep that place running. Donations are their #1 source of revenue. If they don't come in, the program can't exist. Why is Leo here hammering the chat options? OMG, he shouts into the void. Another ace queen from a small blind. He's gonna limp. What's Zach gonna do? We'll come up over Zach. We got the 3-bet, Aiden. Let's see if Zach's gonna play. Hey, there's Eugene N. Hi, Eugene N. Aces up. Check raise him. Oh, sweet. Well, let's bet them aces then. Let's bet them. Before a flush comes up to bite me. What do you think of Zach? Let's give him the old smiley. Oh, there we go. Whew, no flush. No flush. I've had good luck with people just calling insane bets lately, so let's throw down. Does he also have an ace? Woot. I don't know what he had. Phew, I'm gonna say. I'll play this raggedy ace if... Nope, nope, nope. Just kidding, just kidding. Carolyn bet, we're out. And I'll read another service that Canuck Place Children's Hospice provides, which is pain and symptom management. Complex diseases require dynamic, expert clinical care to manage the ever-changing symptoms. Children deserve to be free from pain and discomfort, which is why Canuck Place pain and symptom management is integral to the specialized care we provide. Pain and symptom management is offered to Canuck Place children in hospice and also in home by the Canuck Place clinical team whenever possible. This highly complex care focuses on the needs of the child and is critical in improving their quality of life. Oh yeah, and in end-of-life care, they also say that Canuck Place families have the full support of the Canuck Place clinical team. Care is complemented with access to Canuck Place counseling before and after a child has passed as their journey continues. So after the passing of their beloved child, they aren't just kind of, all right, go move on, go back to work and school and just pretend this child never happened. No, they provide great counseling so that they can transform all of that heart-wrenching time into beautiful memories and hopefully a legacy that their children provide to the future in the form of research, in the form of helping other families. There's a lot that can be done. All right, let's see. And the last thing that they provide, grief, loss, and bereavement counseling. Grief begins at diagnosis, which is why grief, loss, and bereavement counseling are offered to Canuck Place families the moment they join the program. Canuck Place counselors support families as they navigate through their grief by addressing the emotional, spiritual, and psychosocial needs of parents, siblings, and grandparents. Yeah, think about how rough it would be to be a grandparent and see a grandchild go through that. This specialized care is delivered as individual and group counseling sessions, as well as art, play, music, and recreation therapy before and for years after a child has passed. So that's hundreds, if not thousands more counseling sessions that they provide that need to be paid for by donations from wonderful, compassionate people such as yourself. So jump on down to the link below my stream there and you will find an opportunity to donate to the campaign. I'll also throw the link down in chat again for anybody who has just joined us. Boy, this hand is getting wild up in here. It's getting buck wild. Next, I'll share with you, next hand that I'm not in, I will share with you the different conditions that children have in Canuck Place. Ace 5 suited versus King 3 suited. I don't like the size of that bet. I'm going to stay out of this one. Size just a King 9, middle position. So yeah, let me see if I can show you guys this little pie chart of the conditions that are served, and I'll read them off. This is kind of interesting. You think, what kinds of conditions are killing children? And it turns out that unfortunately the largest number of children that are served have central nervous system conditions. So that might be something that they were born with, just some crazy fluke of nature, you know, a neural tube not forming correctly, or something like that that leaves the child disabled from birth and with a pretty poor prognosis. That's the number one type of condition, category of condition of children who are staying at Canuck Place or being served in outpatient programs. The number two is chromosomal disorders and multi-organ disorders. So when there's a fluke that happens when the DNA is combining with mom and dad, sometimes an extra chromosome gets thrown in, or sometimes not enough chromosomes get thrown in. And some of these conditions, I mean, we all know about extra chromosomal disorders like Down syndrome, but sometimes those diseases come with extra added organ problems, and those can be fatal, unfortunately. See if Zach's gonna bet. If he does, I'll just jump out. Yeah, never mind. Forget about it, Zach. Okay, so the third top condition that is being served by Canuck Place Children's Hospice is, drumroll, cancer. Yes, as a cancer survivor, I know that cancer sucks, and survival is often uncertain, and there's a certain point at which when a cancer survivor thriver is at stage 4 in their disease journey. For many types of cancer, that's end of the line. We don't know how to cure so many types of cancer yet. Even breast cancer that's so well researched. I had stage 3C, which is like the last bus stop before stage 4. And at stage 4, we have no cure for breast cancer. We have no effective treatments as far as eradicating the disease from a person's body. Once a person is stage 4, they often need to transition to palliative care, to hospice care, or to basically a program of medical care that's designed to prolong their quality of life rather than necessarily quantity of life. So, unfortunately, I have a lot of friends who do have stage 4 breast cancer that I met during my cancer journey. And a lot of them are doing fairly well, but they're getting chemo treatments not to cure their cancer, but to kind of keep tumors small so that they can stay more comfortable for longer. 9-8 suited versus Queen Jack suited. Versus Queen Jack suited. Cut off. Yeah, that's what's going on. We're taking these notes. We're learning some things. Learning this good poker game. I'm trying my best. All right, so the fourth top condition that is being served through Canuck Place Children's Hospice is cardiopulmonary disorders. So problems that affect the lungs and or the heart in ways that are incompatible with life. So obviously that's something that needs a lot around the clock care. Jack 9 suited. Big blind. What else did they have? Ace 4 suited for Melinda. Jack 9, big blind. Alright, cool. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th most prevalent condition at Canuck Place Children's Hospice is neuromuscular disorders. So, you know, things like MS or muscular dystrophy, things that can cause degeneration to the muscles. Eventually, those things can cause problems because the person is no longer able to use muscles in their diaphragm to breathe or use muscles in their throat in order to swallow. Swallowing is a big problem, and so they need round-the-clock care to get help with their breathing and feeding issues. The 6th most common condition at Canuck Place is metabolic or biochemical disorders. So metabolic, that makes me think diabetes. You know, a lot of brittle diabetic children, unfortunately, have poor prognosis. Cystic fibrosis is another one for breathing issues, definitely. And then there's just kind of a catch-all. 2% are other, and 2% are immunologic or infectious disease. So there's still some diseases out there that we can't cure that are infectious diseases. And unfortunately, there's 2% of kids there who suffer from them. Okay, so in the last fiscal year, Canuck Place expanded their programs. Let's see what I got in this hand first. Queen 7. Playable, depending on who's in this hand. Oh, not with Carolyn, though. She's keeping me out of trouble here. Being super loose. So here's the ways that Canuck Place Children's Hospice expanded just from donations last year. They added 13 more patient beds. They added 12 more clinical care professionals trained at Canuck Place. And they added 8 family suites. So that's 8 more families that can live with their child who needs round-the-clock serious medical care. They added 1,569 more clinical calls to family and medical professionals. So they've got a clinician who is trained to understand that child's disease and its progress and process. So they can talk to families about it and they can talk to physicians about it. Because oftentimes when a physician refers a child to hospice, they don't have necessarily as much training in palliative care for a child as they would for a child who's surviving and thriving, because obviously childhood end-of-life diseases are really rare. And it's quite possible that a doctor might see a condition for the first time. Ace Jack offsuit. Man, I gotta not screw up with this one. This one can get screwed up, I know. I'm not gonna call it all in with it, that's for sure. I did that once and it was a bad plan. It was a bad plan, guys. Yay. Queen 7. Nope. Okay, they also provided, with their expanded care from donations, 531 music therapy sessions. Now, this was actually cool. I experienced music therapy when I was getting cared for. So when I had cancer, they had a music therapy program, and I actually brought my kids to the music therapy program, and it was so great. The music therapy lady was awesome. She had a big harp, and she played harp music for them, and they danced to the harp music. And I wanted to learn how to write music too, and so I brought in my ukulele, and she kind of taught me the components to songwriting and helped compose a song with me about my experience and stuff. And it was a really great experience, very healing, very comforting. So music therapy is super rad. All right. With the expanded care from donations last year, they added 249 group recreation therapy sections, and they were able to serve more children as well, 113 more children with central nervous system conditions in the programs. So that's a 26% increase from the year before. You can tell why they desperately need donations. And shout out again to my first donor, Bot Lady here on Twitch. She's an awesome streamer. Highly recommend you check out her stream. Obviously a compassionate lady too, because she donated to Canuck Place Children's Hospice through my page. If you include your Twitch username when you're donating, I will definitely give you a shout out and help direct people to your channel. Let's see. Nope. Next, when I'm out of a hand, I'll read to you about their outpatient care program. Man, would have been drawing on that heart flush, eh? I'm out of my kombucha glass, so I'm gonna pour myself a cup of tea. Tea time, tea time. My mug says, I believe in my selfie. And this other mug says, every day is an adventure. I like my mugs to be inspiring. Alright, let's play these 8s. Which I guess we can call and hope to hit a set. That's about the price. the price to pay to take a look at the set potential. Let's see if Eugene is in. He is. Must be good. Yuck to that flop. Yuck. But let's see bet. It's worth one C bet with our made hand. Let's see if Melinda's into it. Nope. Yay! King 7. Also playable. Sadly, my avatar has a loose passive face, which is kind of bad. For those of you unfamiliar with Run It Once, these faces change based on your statistics, playing poker, your VPIP, and your PFR, and stuff like that. Yeah, that's a lag face. I mean, it's better than passive. Okay, let me teach you a little bit, drop some knowledge about the 24/7 outpatient care at Canuck Place Children's Hospice. Okay, together we provide 24/7 outpatient care. So there's been a 50% increase in this last year in clinical calls to families and medical professionals, and 96 more families supported with end-of-life care. Let's see what we have here. Garbage. Children living with life-threatening illnesses are vulnerable. With their families, they live each day with uncertainty. Canuck Place concentrates on providing personalized pediatric palliative care, tailored to each child's disease or condition. Hey, wow, I got free blinds. That's cool. Haven't had that happen for a while. No. For many families, the care they require might be needed in their own home or community. Canuck Place, through Nancy Chan Enhanced Community Care Program, meets families where they are, in home, in hospital, or through video and phone care consultations. The clinical team provides assessment, care planning, pain and symptom management, and end-of-life care. This care is delivered where and when the family needs it, whether they're in the BC or Yukon. Over 76% of children and families on program live outside the Vancouver Coastal Health Region, and Canuck Place outpatient care ensures children receive the care they need, even in remote and urban areas. So let me tell you, if you're from outside BC, British Columbia is huge. It's hard to tell unless you really look at a globe, because the curve of the earth, you know, most people will sort of foreshorten the map and make it look like BC's like the size of, I don't know, California, but it's huge. It is gigantic. You can drive and drive and drive, and there are lots of rural areas in BC where you have to drive for like days before you get to a big city, which is often not so big. So it's great that Canuck Place can provide hospice care even to those super remote regions in BC, because disease can strike anywhere, man. It's just ravenous. And next hand that I'm not in, I will read to you about their inpatient care program. Again, outpatient care is where they receive care at home. They get to spend their last days at home. Inpatient care is when their medical needs are too severe, they can't be served at home, and they have to be inpatient in a hospital or other program like in Canuck Place itself. Ace Jack versus... Okay. So, let me read to you about their inpatient care. Exceptional medical care in a home-like environment. So they got, just last year, 133 new children registered in that program, the inpatient care, which is a 21% increase in inpatient admissions. You can tell they desperately need funds to cover this expansion of care. Canuck Place delivers pediatric palliative care out of 2 provincial locations, Vancouver and Abbotsford, which is just a drive down Highway 1. Boy, she really likes Ace 9. Alright, make notes on what they're playing. This past year, Canuck Place provided care and support for over 765 children. Gemma Boothroyd really wanted me to drive that point home to y'all, that 765 children were cared for just last year. From every corner of the province, with over 45% residing in the Fraser Valley Health region. Over the last 5 years, Canuck Place has seen a 26% increase in children and families on program. To meet this need, Canuck Place operates with 13 provincial patient beds and 8 family suites. Kington. Boy, we're losing some players, hey? Okay, well, sure. Check. Yeah, I'm out. Unlikely to improve unless it was some kind of runner-runner situation. So they say that this growth is only possible with the caring community of donors who support Canuck Place children and families. Donors like you! Nah. I found the next infographic. It's extremely informative too. It shows you kind of the path that one family took, a family's journey at Canuck Place. And it's kind of fascinating to see how they serve the family as their child goes through the disease, because a lot of these situations, they're not going to die like tomorrow. It might take years for them to pass. So Canuck Place really has to provide a lot of care for the family for those years that they're going through that journey, however long it takes. It could be a while. And like I said earlier, my kids are understanding my cancer experience in a different way now that they're older. So you can think of what it might be like for a little brother or sister whose, brother or sister was diagnosed, and then 3 years later, they are becoming more sick and closer to their eventual passing. And that sibling is going to understand it totally differently than they did when first diagnosis occurred. So I'll lead you through that family's experience. Queen 9. This one is at the bottom of my range. Let's play it. Zach, are you in on this? Yes, Zach, we play. King, Queen, 9, 8, 7. So we got to draw. Or not, we just need a 10. Another king. Can we agree to check the other king, Zach? Yes, let's check the other king. Really nothing for me to do except bluff at this point. Unless he bluffs first. Zach, what are we going to do here? What are we going to do with this board, Zach? What? Honestly. Yeah, he's going to bluff. I'm out. Queen 9. Sure. Oh, yay! Free blinds! My favorite! Thanks, guys. I need the charity. Another ace queen in the small blind. We're going to come up over it. And then at the top of the hour, I'm going to take a quick washroom break and stock up on my various beverages by my station here. Yay! Good outcome of that hand, I say. Okay, so they have this infographic about one family's journey at Canuck Place, and I'm going to try and read it kind of like a story, so you'll be able to understand this story of this family. Is that person hammering a lot of chat keys for some reason? Eugene? Sleepy Eugene? Sure. We'll RFI this from the small blind. Let's see if Eugene's in. You in this, Eugene? No, he's gonna come up over it. Okay, well, forget about it. Whatever. Go with that hand. Ace 9. Also something we can RFI from this position. See if Eugene pulls the same stunt or not. Yay, blinds. That's cool. So 9 is a folder. But we'll see. Maybe I'll get free blinds again. You never know. How many players are in this pool right now? 6 of us. 3 of them at my table. There must be another table of 3. Hold. Nope to that. Let's see if they get involved in this hand. And then I can start telling you the story. Yes. Okay, so the story of Tiffany. This is a story of a little girl named Tiffany who was diagnosed with a life-threatening illness. The journey begins at diagnosis. So this is a Langley family that are following for this infographic. They're called the Garrisons. So Tiffany Garrison was diagnosed with a life-threatening illness. She was only 1 year old when this happened. Her mom, Miranda, and her dad, Daniel, were there, and Gavin is her older brother. He was 5 at the time that Tiffany was diagnosed. So right after the diagnosis that this disease was going to be terminal, the family was referred to Canuck Place Children's Hospice. In hospice, an outpatient family consult was done by the Canuck Place Children's Hospice clinical team. So they met right away and kind of worked to determine Tiffany's needs as well as Gavin's needs, Miranda's needs, and Daniel's needs. So there's 2 provincial hospices, BC's pediatric palliative care provider to over 765 children and families, 2 hospice locations, Vancouver and Abbotsford. So it looks like their first step is a family team meeting. Welcome. They have a picture of them in a boardroom, and there's a service dog like in the boardroom as well, just hanging out. Welcome. Because they do have a therapy dog that was at their program. You'll hear more about the therapy dog later. There's a therapy dog program, but it's currently on hiatus because their therapy dog died. So they're raising funds for another therapy dog too. So you want to replace Polly the therapy dog, okay? I'm gonna bet because we're in position and we got a decent flush draw, I guess. Queen, yuck. Sure, we'll check the queen. Ah. Boo. The straight and the flush never turned out. Zach's gonna bet. We're gonna fold. What's a jack for? A jack's for folding. Five, 9 is also a fold. Let's see if these guys are gonna play this hand though. And then I'll read to you more about the Garrison's journey through Canuck Place Children's Hospice. They are going to play. Okay, so after that family team meeting where they were assessed and the community support plan was drafted up, they were instantly eligible for 24-hour inpatient care medical respite. So now, fast forward a couple years, you know, Tiffany is still alive, still has that life-limiting disease though. Now she's 4 years old. And Gavin, her older brother, is 8 years old. So they say there's recreation therapy, counseling, education, and specialized medical care for Tiffany. And meanwhile, Gavin is also served. He can be babysat by the folks at Canuck Place too when the parents need some respite because, you know, a lot of these kids have care that's around the clock. So these parents basically haven't slept in 3 years, right? They haven't had a good night's sleep in 3 years probably because they have a little baby basically with a life-limiting illness. Here's something else that the Garrisons got to use. They got to have an opportunity for family adventures at recreation and therapy camps. So recreation and therapy camps are so amazing. My kids, since they had the misfortune to have a mom who got cancer, oops, 9/7 offsuit, okay. They got to be qualified for a camp called Camp Sparkle. And they've gone every year since I got cancer, because even though I am now no evidence of disease, my kids still qualify for the program. And it's really amazing. You know, they get to go on field trips to like the zoo and stuff like that. They get to have specialized therapy basically to help them process all the emotions surrounding what the family went through. Because it really blows up families when there's a serious illness in the family. Even if the person survives, it blows up families. I wish that we'd had more family counseling. I mean, it did have family counseling, but it just wasn't enough. Never enough. Okay, let's see what happened next for the Garrisons. Inpatient care. Canuck Place clinicians care for over 175 diseases and conditions. Now Tiffany's 5 years old, still has that life-limiting illness, and she's in inpatient care at Canuck Place. Next step, family counseling. Play therapy, music therapy, counseling for the whole family. Mom and dad even get to play therapy and all kinds of stuff. Gavin, okay, so family volunteer care. Gavin, 10, plays with Canuck Place Children's Hospice family volunteers. So while Tiffany is getting her treatments or her care, Gavin is also being cared for. He gets to play with some volunteers. Again, if you're local to the Vancouver area, consider volunteering for Canuck Place Children's Hospice. You get to play with kids, not necessarily sick kids. It might be their well siblings. Ten, 6. I think we're gonna fold and then check and see if that was a good fold. Yeah, it looks like it. Too big a gap. Right. Okay, so once I finish with the Garrison stories, rather, I will take a quick break. So next, goes home. Miranda and Daniel are primary caregivers at home. So at this stage in Tiffany's journey, she can be cared for at home. Canuck Place Children's Hospice care happens at home. So a nurse comes for a home visit, maybe every day, whatever the needs are for the family. And when there's increased symptoms at home, there's 24-hour province-wide clinical helpline. So Tiffany's 7 now. She's survived for 6 years with this condition, but you know, she's not going to get better. She's going to get worse. So there's a 24-hour helpline. If she's, you know, struggling to breathe in the middle of the night or something, the parents can call this helpline and immediately get somebody intimately familiar with the case. I can't tell you how annoying it is to have like an urgent peak to your condition and then have to call just a general emergency line or parachute into the emerge ward and have to fill people in as to your condition. I have a crazy story about that. Right after I had my breasts removed from mastectomy, I had a really bad sort of medical crash, I'm gonna say. I was in a wheelchair. I barely weighed anything. It really sucked. I took one of my painkillers that they gave me after the operation. I took one and I'm such a lightweight, I fell down and I hit my head. So anyway, ended up in Emerge, and they ask you when you show up in Emerge, do you have any pain? And I was like, yeah, I just went through surgery. And they were like, where is the pain? And I was like, in my chest. And if you say chest pain 3 times, a cardiologist appears. So the cardiologist appeared and he was like, we need to have an x-ray stat. Let's see, Queen, Jack, 10. And they x-rayed me, and the x-ray techs were like, what's going on? Because they hadn't even read my file. So, you know, they x-rayed me, and I didn't have any breasts, and they were freaking out. They didn't know what to do. So it's really important to have people familiar with your case if you're having an emergency. So that's one thing that Canuck Place provides. Okay, so next step in Tiffany's journey and her family's journey is urgent inpatient admission, so pain and symptom management. If it gets so bad that she's not able to be helped at home, she can be immediately admitted to inpatient treatment. And there's a memory making program, so they help guide the family on how to make great memories of their child that they can keep with them for the rest of their lives. And there's end-of-life care in home or in the hospice. And there's spiritual care, which embraces cultural and spiritual diversity. I also used to volunteer as a hospital chaplain, a non-denominational hospital chaplain, and a lot of folks were really served by making connections with their culture's spiritual strengths. There's also psychosocial care, so one-on-one counseling, bereavement groups for parents, siblings, and camps. So Gavin's now 12 years old, and, you know, his sister Tiffany, 7 years old, just passed. She was first diagnosed when he was 5. So he's been processing this journey the whole time, and now he needs new services to understand his grief. And finally, the journey of life continues. Compassionate community, always a part of the Canuck Place family. So when families graduate from the program, they are still eligible for these amazing services for years in the future, which is great. I mean, I took a grief class once when I was a case manager, and I found out that the rate of couples that divorce when a child dies is just unfathomably high. People can't cope with the loss of a child very well, obviously. And so this counseling can hopefully help families stay together. So please consider donating. This is great stuff for families. Yay! Flop the flush. Let's check though, because we're out of position. See what Eugene does. Did he hit anything? Hopefully he has an ace. Eugene, come on, Eugene. Okay, now we will bet. We will bet, Eugene. It is betting time. I hope you have a queen or an ace or a jack. Or a draw to that. Straight. That'd be great. Should I raise? I think I'll just call at this point. And that's great, because now if he has ace, king, queen, jack, if he has a 10 or an ace, hopefully he'll be going for it. He's gonna think about it. We're gonna sit out next big blind for my quick break. Boop. Okay. King 9, not terrible. Let's go. Phew, he says. Seven. This is something we would play here. Well, we got 10s. 8, 7. Let's see bet. Let's see what Zach does. Wish I had more diamonds. So you have the king, I don't see this hand improving, so I'm just gonna let it go. We'll say hi to this guy. It's a good thing he turned up because I would leave them heads up. I'm gonna tell them be right back. And I'm gonna take a body break, so don't go anywhere. After these messages, I'll be right back. Right, let me get some beverages. All the beverages keep me going. Keep my throat lubricated. All right, I'm back. I'm back. Let's do this. Let's do this. And then I can read to you from the Audit and Finance Committee for Canuck Place Children's Hospice. You'll be really pleased to hear that so much of the money goes directly to helping the kids and families. Very little to administrative costs and things like that, which, as you know, is sometimes a problem for charities. I'm going to share that link again in chat, the direct donation links, so you can donate to Canuck Place, help those kids. So far, shout out again, our first donation is from Bot Lady. She's an amazing content creator here on Twitch, so check out Bot Lady's channel. If you donate, I will also give a shout out to your channel. I'll probably, if she's online, I will raid Bot Lady at the end of my stream as well. But you still got a good hour of me streaming and talking to you about Canuck Place Children's Hospice. I'm only like halfway through this informational booklet, guys. I'm gonna keep dropping some knowledge in the hopes that I will warm the cockles of your heart and cause you to make a donation to Canuck Place Children's Hospice. Okay, so you followed the journey with Tiffany, and now you know all the care that they provided for Tiffany and her family through the program. So the Mike Cinnamons, the treasurer and auditor of the audit committee chair. Boy, that's like a tongue twister. Audit committee chair. Let's come up over him. Let's see if Eugene is in. I mean, you did throw down from out of position here. 10-3. No! How many people are in the pool now? 8 players. Cool. 4 of them here. So anyway, the audit committee chair says, We are extremely grateful to our long-term donors as well as the many new supporters for providing this much-needed funding. This support, along with the annual funding received from the province of British Columbia through Provincial Health Services Authority, allows us to continue providing our existing programs and expand our services for children and families. But the key is, I read their reports, I reviewed their numbers, and they receive more from direct donations from people like you than they do from the province of British Columbia. And it takes a lot of money to run this place, guys. Let me tell you that. Let's see. I'll read to you about the expenses soon. So the expenses for providing all this stuff, the staffing costs alone cost, and are you ready for this? $8 million. Direct program expenses cost over $3 million. Man, medical care is expensive, guys. It really is. Look at all those diamonds. It's gross. It's gross, all those diamonds. It's nasty. Look at all those diamonds, guys. It's painful. Yeah, check, man. It went to him. Ace King versus Ace 10. Okay, cool. That was some wild. This is just outside of my range. I'm gonna let it go. Ace 2. Suited. Oh, not gonna play it with Zach coming in though. Okay. Their direct program expenses, $3 million. Marketing and promotion, they only spend $138,000 on marketing and promotion, which may sound like a lot, but they need it to get donations because they're running on donations, which I'm going to read you those numbers in a sec. It's wild. So they have to pay regulatory and administration fees of $604,000. So, 6 times what they pay for marketing and promotion. And their revenue, that's what's interesting here. Or pull that. So donations, they got $7,429,099 in donations for this fiscal period of last year from people like you. And that covers their main operating costs. In fact, it almost matches their main operating costs, but it falls short a little bit. And that's where the province of BC comes in and pays them $6,972,068, which is, less than donations. Hi, Leah. Let's give Leah a yellow shirt. So as you can see, these donations are the main income, and they go to the main costs, which are physicians and nurses, doctors, the medical folks. Hey, the bot lady came in. Hi. Thanks for your donation. Everybody show bot lady some love and follow her channel. She's compassionate and stuff. 10-9. We'll see. It's at the bottom of my range. Well, let's give it a call and take a look-ski at the flop. Unlikely to really improve too much more. Get ready to let it go. Is Eugene gonna give us all a free card? We'll see. We'll see, Eugene. We'll see. Meanwhile, I'll see what kind of knowledge I'm going to drop next about Canuck Place Children's Hospice. I'm going to talk a little bit about the name here and some other organizations that chip in and help out. Leon's gonna throw in with a delayed C-bet that's big enough to try and chase everyone out. Okay, so if you're not from around these parts, you may or may not know that we have an excellent hockey team here in Vancouver called the Canucks. And you'll notice that the Children's Hospice is called Canuck Place. And the Canucks do sweet things like have their mascot, who's named Finn and is like this big orca, come and visit the children, and also players on the Canucks team come and visit the children, which is a big deal for Canadian children. A lot of these kids were playing hockey before they got sick and are just needing that kind of joy in their lives, man. Canucks are awesome people. So it says that player and mascot Finn visits to the children in care. They also give tickets to events at Rogers Arena, which is our big arena where they have the hockey games. I went and got to see a Canucks game at the arena with my stepdad. Aw, thank you. Yeah, everybody, check out the video. If you look at the link, I'm going to drop the link again in chat. And there's also a link below my stream if that's easier for you to click on than chat. And you can check out a video that tells you a lot more about Canuck Place, and it's really heartwarming. You get to see some of the people involved. Hey, Rhonda joined our table. I didn't even notice her. Hi, Rhonda. Please enjoy a yellow shirt. So yeah, they give tickets to events at Rogers Arena, Canucks sports and entertainment employee volunteers, Canucks players, alumni and management. Canuck Place is grateful for this partnership spanning almost 25 years. What's the flowers on your head? Snap camera filter. Because I'm too lazy to do makeup. So instead I can make myself look pretty through Snap Camera. Alright, let's see what this hand be. Jack 5, we're gonna fold it. Alright, let me tell you some more about some of the partnerships that Canuck Place has. They have a huge list of donors in here, of course. Okay, so this one is kind of a happy and sad story at the same time. So those of you who were here with me earlier in my stream saw that when I was showing how the kid moves through services at Canuck Place, there was a picture of a boardroom meeting where they were making a plan, a community plan for the kid and parents. And yeah, it is fun doing the Snapchat filter on cam. So anyway, there was a picture of a dog in the boardroom. And the dog is the therapy dog who was named Polly. And I say was because the sad story is that Polly got old and Polly crossed the Rainbow Bridge. She passed. And so now they need a new service dog, a care therapy dog, for the hospice to stay there and put smiles on all the kids' faces. So that's another really great reason to donate. So they have a picture of Polly. It's actually like a painting of Polly that they're going to put up on the wall. Oops. Doop, doop, doop. There's the painting of Polly, their service dog. And Polly was originally provided by YVR for Kids, which is an organization that's been supporting Canuck Place since 1995. And they created a brand new fund that you're going to help fund, hopefully, for a Canuck Place new therapy dog. Poppy, Canuck Place beloved PADS-trained therapy dog, passed away late last year. So Canuck Place can continue Poppy's important work in the future and honor her legacy of care for children and families. And they have a quote from Nigel Newsom, who's the chair of the group that's putting together the therapy dog needs. And he says, "We were devastated by her loss. And knowing the value of the program, we wanted to ensure that when the time was right, that we wanted to kickstart the program and play a more active role." So the therapy dog program, so it can't be just any sweet dog, right? They have to go through all kinds of training, so they're not gonna like lick a kid's feeding tube or jump up on a kid with a brittle bone disease. So anyway, if you donate, you'll also be providing for the ability for the hospice to replace their wonderful therapy dog. Those therapy dogs ain't cheap. I looked into this because a neighbor of mine has a child with autism, and her child needs a therapy dog, and the wait list was really long for a free one, you know, years and years. And I thought, well, let's find out how much it is, and maybe I can run a fundraiser for her. $6,000, guys. $6,000 for a therapy dog. So it's not chump change. Go ahead and donate, though. Any amount will help. You know, this is a children's hospice that's funded all by donations. If everybody chips in just a little bit, we can help with their basic operating costs and hopefully help them get a new therapy dog to replace Poppy, because I'm sure she was much loved and really important. Okie dokie. And if you're interested in doing a fundraiser, like I said, they're really, really friendly to streamers, if any streamers are out there. They were at the Twitch Vancouver meetup and soliciting help from streamers. Gemma Boothroyd, their community coordinator, was super, super pumped about streaming, but she didn't know much about it, so I had to sort of educate her about streaming while she educated me about Canuck Place. It's pretty cool. And she wanted me to share her phone number in case there's anybody out there who wants to learn more about Canuck Place from her or wants to donate or run a fundraiser. So get out your pens or your computer notepad if you want to write down their number. The toll-free number is 1-877-882-2288. That is 1-877-882-2288. And Gemma is a gem. She will gladly talk your ear off about how wonderful these programs are. She wanted me to share some special points. Let me look up my notes from my phone call with her. Nope. So Gemma Boothroyd really wanted me to share just over and over again that 765 kids were supported last year alone. She wanted to encourage creating your own online fundraising portal if you're interested, and direct donation. And remember, a lot of employers will match your donation. That's a thing. So if you want to figure out how that works, call Gemma. Again, her number is 1-877-882-2288. It's quite the possibility that your employer might match your donation, and that would double the money that Canuck Place receives. Remember, corporate support is also a thing. So if you're a higher up in your company, give a talk about supporting it. And there's also what we call COG marketing, which is like when restaurants support a program. And so if you're a restaurateur, consider COG marketing and talk to Gemma about that. Let's get into this hand here. See if Leah's into it. Leah. Ooh, she's really into it. I'm not as into this ace 3. She can take it. Don't spend it all in one place, Leah. King 8. Not quite in this position. Anyway, they have lots of stories of volunteers and donors, and I thought this donor story was really interesting because they ran a fundraiser. The Dandas are just this couple who ran a fundraiser that was just an elegant dinner event at their own home. So imagine throwing a dinner party for hospice kids. Look, they've got my flower crowns now because they're kings and queens among men. Their dinner party raised $40,000 to fund meals for children and their families staying at Canuck Place. So that's pretty awesome. Can you imagine inviting people to your house and managing to drum up $40,000 in donations? I don't have that many rich friends. We could maybe drum up $40 in donations. No, I bet 400. I set a stretch goal today to raise $1,000. I'm really hoping we get some donations. It would be awesome. This is such a great cause, you guys. 8-6 in the small blind. Not with him coming over it like that. Let's just toss. Let's just toss. This song's awesome. I've already thumbs up it. So Harv is one of the Dandas who hosted that dinner party that raised 40 grand. And he's also a Canuck Place kitchen volunteer and member of the Gift of Time Gala Committee. I asked about volunteering when I was at the Twitch meetup, and I went to their booth and talked about volunteer opportunities. So if you're local, you can play with kids. That's a cool opportunity. You can help out in the kitchen, and they highly recommended their gardens because they have just like amazing, mind-blowing gardens on their campus in Vancouver. And they say that if you volunteer at the gardens, you'll learn a lot about gardening, which kind of appeals to me because for most of my life, I've had a black thumb, haven't been able to keep plants alive. But just this year, I started a garden at the community garden here in Port Moody, BC, and it's going great. It's going great. None of my plants have died. Well, except the onions. Let's forget about the onions. Let's not speak of the onions. But my sunflowers are taller than me now. And I harvested a zucchini that was like this big. It was a huge zucchini. I made zucchini muffins. And my sweetheart made fried zucchini. So it's like we got to have 2 dishes out of that one zucchini because it was enormous zucchini. So yeah, shared a ton of information about Canuck Place. It's a great place. Hope y'all have it in your hearts to go ahead and give a donation. I'll be streaming for at least another half hour. And so I'll be here to answer questions as much as possible because, I mean, Gemma can answer your questions for sure, but she's not in her office today because it's Saturday. So if you don't want to wait till Monday, maybe I can answer your questions if you have any about Canuck Place. And I set that stretch goal for $1,000 to raise, but even if you donate $1, if enough people do that, they will be able to cover their operating costs just from people like you. I know, I'm not rich either. Yeah, we're gonna fold. It's the cutoff. Let's not mess with the cutoff here. Ace queen. I'll have to shut down my stream before 3:30 though because I want to go to another charity poker event tonight. The Royal Canadian Legion in Maple Ridge is hosting a fundraiser tournament. And I'm not great at tournaments, but it's for a good cause, right? So I'll donate to Canuck Place and then I'll go donate to them and then come home and eat gruel out of a can because they donate all my money. Miracle of Sound, welcome to the family. Miracle of Sound is a great song provider here on Pretzel Music. A lot of their songs are just epic. So welcome again if you're just joining us. I'm raising money for a place called Canuck Place Children's Hospice, which provides end-of-life care for children that unfortunately have either developed, contracted, or were born with a life-limiting illness. The vast majority of the kids they serve were born with their illness. Ace 7 offsuit, in the small blind. Maybe with this one, depending on who's in. Yeah, okay, it's me. It's me. It's me. Let's do this. Yeah, well, 6, 7, 8, 9. But we're out of position. We don't have any clubs. Let's do a delayed C-bet on our draw here. Yay, that worked. I was worried because that board was getting kind of heavy. Okay, for those of you who missed it, gotta share some stories from here and quotes from some of the families that are helped by Canuck Place in the hopes that it will tweak your heartstrings, get you to donate at the link below my stream or in the chat to Canuck Place. I'll drop that link in chat again. It's a direct donation. It doesn't go to me, in case anyone's wondering. It just is through the Canuck Place website there. It goes straight to Canuck Place. It's much better than those Facebook fundraisers where like 40% or something goes to Facebook. This stuff just goes directly to Canuck Place. And here's a quote from a mom who lost her child. Her name is Melissa. And her quote is, "I don't think I have to tell you that there is nothing that rocks you to the core like the loss of a child. In those darkest hours when no one knows what to do or what to say, when all hope seems lost, there are few bright lights that shine through the darkness. Canuck Place is one of those lights." And that's really moving to me because as a cancer survivor myself, I remember when I was just plunged into cancer world. I mean, I'm pretty young. I'm too young to get cancer, right? Right? Everybody agree? Can we all agree I'm too young to get cancer? Thank you. But unfortunately, I got cancer. And it was really bad already. It was advanced and it was very, very aggressive. It was the highest grade of aggression. It was stage 3C, which meant that it had already traveled out of my breasts and had climbed through my lymph nodes, my sentinel lymph nodes here. Let's see, am I going to play this against the cutoff? Hold on, let me check my charts because I'm a noob and I don't know these things. I'm going to fold it. Anyway, it had already spread to the lymph nodes, axial lymph node they call this. So I had this swollen lymph node, that's how I discovered it. And it had traveled to the lymph nodes up here too. I had noticed that when I was lifting weights. I was like, I have this swollen lymph node that kind of knocks against my collarbone every time I do an overhead press. I wonder what the deal is. It was cancer, surprise. And I was instantly plunged into cancer world, you know? My doctor was like, yeah, it's cancer. Tomorrow you're going to meet with the team. You're going to have a case manager. You're going to have to start, you know, chemo, radiation, surgery, the whole works. And I had to cancel everything. I was volunteering for like a dozen organizations. I had to cancel on all of them. I felt really bad. I'm an author too, so I was writing a bunch of books and I was editing some anthology book projects, and I also had to abandon those projects. I was just like, sorry guys, have cancer, can't do this project anymore, please let me out of my contract. The only projects I was able to keep was I was just at the tail end of revising a book, so I finished that book, and also I was in a doctoral degree program, and I was at the very end of it, the tail end, where I had to defend my thesis. And they were so cool. They let me defend my thesis from home, basically via video feed, because I was too sick to go anywhere. Once I was in chemo, it was bad, guys. I was super sick, and the landscape just changed. It was like everything that we talked about was just cancer, and everything that I did was about the cancer, and people would talk to me, but they would often say the wrong things because nobody has any idea what to say. So they'll say some pretty hurtful things and thoughtless things, and I think that one thing that Canuck Place provides for these families is a safe haven from that, you know? Like a place where nobody's gonna be like, well, have you tried feeding your kid kale? That's gonna cure your kid. You haven't been feeding your kid enough kale, you're a bad mom. I'm sure that they hear stuff like that all the time. I got told to do all kinds of things, like one of the things that I got frequently was people would be like, you know what'll cure your cancer? A plant-based diet. If you just switch to a plant-based diet, your body will detoxify and your cancer will be gone. And I was like, guess what? I've already been vegan for years and I still got cancer, so probably not a plant-based diet cure. Anyway. I would have loved to have some kind of place filled with comforting things and a suite for my family where I could go and be insulated from just the outside world that just doesn't know how to deal with this stuff. So yeah, donate to Canuck Place. They're awesome. They provide that sanctuary, that safe place where the people are all knowledgeable, they're all trained about what to say. They're not going to say something really jerkish to you and make you feel bad. What an awesome place. I hope they get all the money they need to expand to their Abbotsford location and make it such an equally good place as the one in Vancouver. We're going to call this. Yeah, let's do this, Rhonda. Jack's up! The check raise or rainbow board is cool. Let's do this, Rhonda. Alright, cool. Maybe. This one's at the bottom of my range if nobody else comes in first. Come in. Somebody come in and keep me out of trouble here. Keep me from making... Ugh. A limper. That's not gonna help Leah. That's only gonna hurt. I'm only gonna bet more if you limp. No, he is. Okay, he saved me. Thanks, Zachar. You're keeping me out of trouble. So, yeah. Hoping you're gonna donate to Canuck Place. If you haven't heard this story already, I wanted to share the story of the Domingo family, who's also wearing flower crowns because of my filter. So that's the Domingo family. And they unfortunately had to receive services from Canuck Place. So I'll read to you that story for those of you who haven't heard it. Pretty heart-wrenching. It's about a high schooler who gets, unfortunately, a life-limiting illness. Stories! She's playing those stories. Yay, Splash Pot! And not gonna play it with that, though. So here's the story. The day after his high school graduation, Christian Domingo was diagnosed with cancer. His dreams of attending university on a football scholarship and studying to be a veterinarian were immediately put on hold. right? Like I said, you suddenly are just plunged into cancer world. It's like one day you're doing all this stuff, the next day, nope, you're not doing the things. That's not happening. We'll see who we're in with this hand. And then I'll finish Domingo's story. Well, the Domingos. Yeah, 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 yeah. Check. We have 2 overcards, but there's no cool draws otherwise, so I'm just going to fold it out and continue Domingo's story. The following months were filled with uncertainty for the Domingo family. Christian was introduced to Canuck Place, where he received pain and symptom management and end-of-life care, as well as counseling support from the Canuck Place clinical team. I don't know what it would be like without the Canuck Place community, said Teresa, Christian's mother. I don't think we would be as strong as we are. Yeah, that's just amazing. Their family was able to stay strong through that. Christian passed away at the age of 20, surrounded by love. So he was diagnosed day after high school graduation, so it was probably a couple years there that he was in care. But Canuck Place care still continues for the Domingos, who receive ongoing support with bereavement counseling. Canuck Place holds a special place in my heart, not only for what they've done for Christian, says Lucas, Christian's older brother, but also for what they continue to do for me and my family as we grieve. It's just so sweet. Middle position. I'm going to fold and then check my charts and see if that was a good fold. I mean, it looks like it. Probably. Probably. The world will never know. Live with uncertainty. Canuck Place donors make counseling available for families at no cost. This provides vital support to help families journey through their grief, equip them with tools to manage their mental health, and to foster healing after such a devastating loss. It's just amazing what they do for families, and it's amazing that it's at no cost too, because think about it. If your loved one, the person closest to you, had an illness that could take their life in a couple months, perhaps, you'd probably want to quit your job or do something to support them as much as possible with your time. You might reduce your hours of work, and there might be money going to a lot of expenses. You're not at home cooking dinner. You might be ordering takeout a whole lot more often. These families are probably spewing money during this time. When I was sick with cancer, we were spewing money because I wasn't cooking anymore. And yeah, King 7 suited in the big blind. I'm gonna fold this one. Oh, Rhonda says good luck. She's leaving, I think. So yeah, they're hemorrhaging money during this terrible time in their life. They certainly aren't going to be able to pull $120 out of their pocket for a counseling appointment. So it's awesome that Canuck Place provides these counseling appointments totally free of charge to the families. Please give a donation in the link below my stream, and that will help families get the help they need, the bereavement counseling, to try and make sense and find peace after this horrible thing has happened to their family. Go Canuck Place! Team Canuck Place! Alright, Zach R. And then just get to check around. Alright. I'll be winding down my stream probably fairly soon. I'm hoping to get some donations before the end of my stream. That would be great. So if you're out there and you're on the fence about making a donation, please consider making it. And I'll give a shout out. Let me check my donation page, see if there's anyone else that I should give a shout out for. Looks like right now we just got the Bot Lady donation, so thanks to Bot Lady. That's awesome. I'll have to check if she's live at the end of my stream and send you her away as a raid. If you donate to my stream's campaign for Canuck Plays, if you happen to be a streamer, I will auto-host you, okay? So make sure to put your Twitch username down in my donation form there in the link below my stream. When you donate, make sure to include your Twitch username if you want some help being promoted, because I will set you as a channel that I host automatically and hopefully get you some more views. And I'll give shout outs too, not only in this stream but in future streams, because I'm trying to work really hard this month. I want to get 1,200 watch hours cumulatively. That includes like multiple people and stuff, because then I will reach level 2 streamer status with Run It Once, which is this beautiful poker site that I love so much. And if I achieve my goal of 1,200 watch hours, I am going to cosplay as Wonder Woman. Yes. Now, I've never cosplayed before. The last time I was wearing anything Wonder Woman related, it was Wonder Woman pajamas when I was 5 years old. But my family loves Wonder Woman. We love her a lot. My son, my 7-year-old son and my 8-year-old daughter both love Wonder Woman, and we read a lot of Wonder Woman comic books. So I think it'll be fun to cosplay as her, and I'll give it my all, man. This is gonna be my first time cosplaying, so I'm gonna do like the hair and the makeup and find a good costume that is gonna be weird since I don't have breasts since I lost my breast cancer. It'll be weird trying to find a Wonder Woman costume that works for that, but I'm gonna give it a try. I might have to do a little alterations. But it's alright. I think I could be Wonder Woman. I think it could happen. I'll look a lot like her. It'll be cool. So I have high hopes that I'll meet that goal. But more important than my goal of reaching 1,200 watch hours is my goal of raising $1,000 for Canuck Place Children's Hospice. Please consider a donation in the link below my stream to help them continue to provide care for entire families going through the loss of a child. I mean, as a parent myself, I think of how hard it must be, because you're just not supposed to lose a child. It's not supposed to happen, right? It's hard enough dealing with the death of a family member that you know is sort of logically supposed to die before you. When my dad died, I was so devastated. I remember when the sun rose the next morning, it felt like a slap in the face. I was like, how dare the world continue on? How dare it when somebody so important has left the planet? And I imagine that families of children who die of serious illnesses have that and a lot more that they need to process in therapy. Yeah, meh. Let's see bet. Who do we got position? Jack could be in my range. Zach will maybe let go of his holding. He do. Note to that. So yeah, if you want to provide counseling for a mom or a dad who's just lost a daughter or son, or to a brother or sister who has just lost their sibling, donate to Canuck Place. I'll drop that link in chat again. And it's also below my stream with a picture of one of the lovely children who was served by Canuck Place. And remember, dying is not necessarily a fast process. Even at the very end, it can be just this grueling marathon of care. So these clinicians are working around the clock. These doctors need to have their pagers on at all times. These doctors are not getting much sleep. And the parents, forget about it. They probably haven't slept in years. Imagine having to try to go to work after, you know, watching your child's heart monitor all night to make sure that they're not dying in their sleep. It's tough. I have a friend with a special needs child. Luckily, the child is likely going to survive this, but her child has something wrong in her brain. She's just a baby. And what happens is she'll sometimes stop breathing in her sleep. And her mom has this monitor that sets off an alarm anytime this occurs. And so, you know, every 20 minutes this alarm goes off and she has to basically wake her kid so her kid will survive. Can you imagine that? That mom has not slept since she had that baby. And her baby is likely to grow out of it, thankfully. Let's hope he doesn't have that king clubs. So, hopefully she'll get some sleep soon. But these families with kids who aren't going to get better, they probably haven't slept in a while, and sleep's not coming easily anytime soon. Hooray! We won the pot. Yay, a splashed pot. Yeah, I'm not going to play with it. With the 5/8 though. Okay, after this I will begin my outro tracks and play a little longer, hoping to raise a little more money for Canuck Place than the small donation that I've already got, which I'm very thankful for. It's awesome. We're gonna play this one like it's in the cutoff. Just got a tight passive face now. It's been a while. Been card dead a bit. Yay, they pulled. Rad. Grinding up that bankroll. Had a bit of a downswing. Sounds silly saying a downswing in the micro stakes, because I know if there's poker players watching, you've all experienced much more significant downswings than me, but grinding it back up because I'm trying to get my bankroll up so that I can take some shots at the next stakes. And I was almost there, but then now I'm not. It's okay. I'll keep working at it. I gotta get good. Gotta get good. Okay. Let's play some more calming, wind down music. As we are nearing the end of my stream. I'll be ending a little after 3 because I've got another charity poker event to head to tonight. Wish me luck for that as well. Raise some money for the Royal Canadian Legion, which is not as good a cause as this present one. So I do hope you'll find it in your heart to donate. King, Queen versus Ace, King. Okay. No suit. I guess that was kind of under the gun, which is also the cutoff at this point. Jack 9? Maybe, if no one else is in. Nope, Zach's keeping me out of trouble. But we're up today, which is good. We're up. We got a 1 donation for Canuck Place, which is awesome. And Fingers crossed we'll get some more. And we got the happy outro music going. Because it's been a good stream. I've enjoyed learning about Canuck Place Children's Hospice and sharing, dropping some knowledge about Canuck Place Children's Hospice. Gemma Boothroyd is their development coordinator, corporate and community partnerships. So if you want to partner a corporation with Canuck Place, or if you want to figure out how employee matching of donations works, or employer matching, like if your workplace does matching of donations, go ahead and give her a ring ding-a-ling ding. Get ready to write down this phone number because I got the toll-free number right here. It is 1-877-882-2288. That's a lot of eights, so I'll repeat it. 1-877-882-2288. If you call that number, you'll get a hold of Gemma, and she's just a doll. She's wonderful, so supportive, so nice. Boop. Jax got blinds, which is fine. Jax often get me in trouble, if I'm being honest. So yeah, get a hold of Gemma Boothroyd if you've got a sweet corporate partnership. Otherwise, if you're just an individual, every little drop counts, man. They rely on donations. I don't think we're playing this with the cutoff open. Let me check and make sure that was a good fold, huh? Yeah, it looks like it. Fives! Pocket fives. Let's bet 'em fives. Zach is in. We're gonna go ahead and bet this flop. C-bets. Yes, it works on Zach. Zach folds to a lot of C-bets. Thank goodness. Lucky for me. This one's in my range here too, so let's go ahead. Take a look-ski at the flop-ski. It's not awesome. I gotta remember after my stream to take the post down from Reddit, because they require you take your stream post down afterwards, which is important. I don't want to get the Reddit mods mad at me. Reddit mods can be vicious when provoked. I don't want to provoke them. That would be bad. But I want to provoke you to donate to Canuck Place. Yeah, we're doing this? We're doing this? Really? Really, Eugene? Are we really doing this, Eugene, right now? Is this what's happening? I hope not, Eugene. But if it's happening, it's happening. We do this thing. Okay. We're gonna donk it hard. Probably has ace something, maybe. Ace king? Hopefully not ace king. Oh, phew. That works. Look, I now have 1141 that I can donate to Canuck Place. Rad! Do, 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 do. Now this is the splash pot. They added this beautiful yellow ring that occurs so that you won't miss the splash pots, which was a thing. Oh, let's say hi to Matthew B. Hi, Matthew B. I'm playing this like the cutoff. And I'm gonna bet Not awesome. Nah. Nah. Eugene, you can take it. Don't spend it all in one place. Alright, it's 3, so I'll sit out this table next big blind. We're gonna play this A7 though. You ready for this? You ready for this? And thank you for watching. Please consider donating to Canuck Place. The link is below my stream and also in chat. Sure, we're gonna play this. This is happening. 2 diamonds. Another diamond. So now we're drawing to the nut flush. I think it's worth it for nut flush or catching an ace. Ah, boo. Boo. Boo, hiss. Hiss, boo. Boo, hiss. Zach, if you bet, I will fold. But since you didn't, I just check. And everybody gets to see my busted. Oh, well, okay. That worked. Here we are. I'm not gonna play this. For those of you who just joined me, thank you. But I am not great at poker. I am super new at it. I am learning some things. And thank you for those of you who have joined this amazing cause and considered donating to Canuck Place Children's Hospice. It's sad that kids out there get life-limiting illnesses, but it's awesome that there's an organization that can help. And they need every donation they get because donations are their #1 way that they fund their doctors, their nurses, everybody who directly helps those children. And a lot of this is just donation and volunteer based. Most of it, really. So you gotta support that. I hope that nobody out there ever has to experience the loss of a child. But as a community, we need to just wrap around those families who suffer that loss. We need to support them. We need to say, hey, as a community, we love you. We are fellow humans who understand loss and who want to help the most vulnerable members of our communities. Which definitely people who are suffering the loss of a child are the most vulnerable. Oh man, we're doing this again, man. Is that what's happening, Eugene? Gosh. Okay. Alright, sure. We're gonna play this like it's the cutoff again. We're not gonna come up over it with this though. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. We don't want the 6-5 anymore. Last time there's not good. Thank you for watching. If any of the information about Canuck Place Children's Hospice has touched your heart in any way, please give them a donation. The link is below my stream. I'm also dropping it in the chat right now. Give them a direct donation. No money goes to me. And help them continue providing their amazing services for families. If you liked my stream, please consider giving me a follow if you haven't already, especially if you enjoyed watching Run It Once, because it's my fave game. Thanks for joining me. I hope you learned a little bit about hospice care. I'm going to tell these guys, thank you, good game, good luck. And good game, good luck to all you out there. GG! I'll be on again, probably tomorrow.